And welcome to another brand new episode by your host, Peeling Mindset. So, welcome to another brand new episode, guys. So, the guys from the Slacks are hopping in as well. So, the YouTube is running side by side. I mean, it's looking pretty good. So, today's market pound is pretty bearish. Obviously, I took some sales around London session in pound USD, and looks like pound JPY is also falling at this point in time. And it's falling pretty well. So, pretty nice, isn't it? All right, so checking the system for the first few minutes. And what I'm going to do is just open up my terminal right here. Opening up my terminal. All right, so let's do our top to down analysis on pound yen and see what's happening, right? So today, obviously, daily candle is pretty bearish. So if I have to make the charts naked one more time, what we can see is looking at pound yen. So the previous daily candle closed bearish below the support area, and this daily candle, the current daily candle, made a top wick, rejected that broken support, and is pretty bearish at this point in time. I mean, this was one of the demand area where the price rejected from previously. So 150, 680 sort of a level is quite important. It's actually important because this is the level where the price rejected from and actually started going bullish. So the candle trend from this price level was bullish, right? Now, have to be careful and see how the price is going to sustain this bearish momentum, or is there any bullish momentum coming in? But obviously, this is the last day of the week. So let's just check the weekly candle and see what's happening on a weekly setup perspective, right? So if I have to erase everything out of the drawing, so everything out of my chart, this is how I draw my chart. So I'm going to remove everything. Okay, remove everything. So what I do is I try and find the most recent areas, right? So on a weekly sort of a chart or point of view, what I can see is this was a previous weekly support that the price is maintaining a bullish posture off of, right? So the price is still above that level. So what does that tell me? That tells me that, you know what? Price is bullish because it's still above that weekly support area. Now, what if I have to go into the daily time frame? Now, on a daily time frame, the most recent support area is all the way down here. As we talked about, 150, 680 sort of area is a valid target area if the price is dropping down. And this was the support area that the price actually broke below. Yesterday's daily candle closed below, definitely rejected that 150, 153 sort of a 153 flat sort of area. We rejected that and is bearish at this point in time, right? So clearly bearish. Now, if I have to go into the 4-hour time frame, what I know is this gray area, the weekly support sort of area, this area has been acting out, or this area was a level where the price had a little bit of hard time breaking below, and obviously price bounced off of. So there was more bullish action around this area than anything else, right? So this is a weekly support sort of area, looking at the most, looking at the left hand, further left hand side traffic. So it's very interesting to see how the bearish momentum is going to be sustained. My bias, just looking at the most recent 4-hour candle formation, is a sell. Obviously, who isn't going to build a selling bias, right? I mean, it's so obvious. The structure is very obvious. Now, if I have to go into the 2-hour time frame, on the 2-hour time frame, obviously this is the most recent support that the price broke below, filled the wick. I mean, rejected that price, made the wick. This candle, current 2-hour candle, made the top wick, is filling the wick on the left hand side, and looks like the target, I would say the target is 152.010. If the target, the most recent target for the price is 152.010, price is definitely going to hit this. But from the current price, the range is only 10 pips till my target. So do I really want to take a trade on a Friday on a 10 pips range? Maybe no. Maybe below 152.010, yes, because there's a clear traffic. But again, at the same time, this is a demand area in a whole. So for me, below 152.010 is a demand area. All right. So obviously, I will try and scale into selling sort of a opportunity. I mean, scalping opportunity, but I have to be careful because this area is the area where price has bounced off of and has finished bullish, right? So obviously the bias is a sell, but I have to see how the 2-hour candles going to close. And whoever took a sell, man, on pound pairs, they must be in really good profits right now. I mean, there was clear traffic on the left hand side. So basically the New York trade or the London trade from around here after the break of the support, I mean, that was lovely. Whoever took a sell from around here, you must be in about 23 pips in profit, right? So obviously the idea will be to secure something and just let the position run with break even sort of a situation or whatever with your own personal risk management tools, with your risk management ideas, right? But again, I think 152.10 is going to be hit. That's what I think at this point in time. And a 30-minute 2 made a beautiful structure. I mean, whatever's happening right now kind of makes sense. So if the candles are to close below 152.10, I will look to take a sell, but I'm too late in the sell business right now. Just here, if I'm going to take a sell right here from the current price, it's only 13 pips away. And I don't trade in a 13 pips range. I need something big. I need something maybe above 18 or above at least 17 to start with, right? So maybe if the candles are going to break below 152.10, looking at the left-hand side traffic, maybe I'll try and scale into sells. That could be the case. So a sell below 152.10 could be a nice idea. Oh, sorry about that. Oh my God. Allergy. Too much allergy. All right, sales below 152.10. Yeah, pound yen looks pretty straightforward. Nothing much except for price right now retracing. I mean, whoever took the sell before looking pretty good. Let's look at gold and see what's happening on gold. I was expecting a bullish sort of a movement in gold around Asian session, and that's what happened around today's Asian session. I mean, obviously price was bullish, so the Asian move was pretty good, right? Asian move. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, somewhere around here. So the Asian move was pretty good, a buying sort of action, and that sustained throughout the Asian London and retrace a little bit heavy around London session before pre-New York. And again, the pre-New York price is peaking up, so the price is moving up pretty bullish. My target was 1762.70, so we will see what's going to happen around that level. I mean, yeah, the most recent price action in gold is look at the wick, right? It's a rejection from the bottom. Price is just pushing up, pretty good, to be honest. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a bullish bias on a gold. I'm looking to execute on pound yen than anything else because there's a clear range below 152.10. But if I have to take a position in gold, I'm only going to take a buy above, I will say, 1764.50. That's what I'm going to do. 1764.50. Above 1764.50, it's looking pretty nice from the current price. The 1762.70 is in about 20 pips away. And again, looking at the further left, the price did have a little bit of hard time around here, right? So it couldn't move pretty well. So it did have some consolidation over there. So it's very highly likely it can actually consolidate. Or if it's actually going to break that level, it just has to burst up, or it just has to kind of go in just one swift move. So I'm trying to see what's going to happen with today's Friday's move. Let's see what's going to happen. Actually, I'm going to correct it. 1765.80. There's a clear traffic on the upside. Interesting. Very interesting. So the weekly candle on gold right now, look at the weekly candle. It's so interesting. The weekly candle looks so beautiful on gold. It's rejecting that bottom with its wick. I mean, this is like a new demand area. This was a demand area, obviously looking at the rejection before. I mean, this was the same area where the price bounced off of all the way up last time. And one more time, obviously. And this is the third time that the price is bouncing off of that level in the most recent price action. It kind of makes sense too. The push down was with NFP's news early push down, and obviously the price is correcting whatever happened. Slowly but surely is correcting everything. It's pretty interesting. Gold is pretty bullish. Pretty bullish gold. Pretty bullish gold. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Okay, so this is the previously broken resistance area. Obviously, price has made some sort of support around the area. What are the chances for New York session? Maybe the price is going to retrace, grab its premium price before heading up. So if the price is to grab some liquidity from the downside, this is a potential area where the price can bounce off of. So I'm keeping this idea in my head that, you know what, if the price is to bounce off of this gray area, I may look into buying sort of a scenario, because the range from this gray area to 1762.70, it's in about 30 pips ranges. So why not, right? Again, at the same time, why not? And gold is retracing pretty well. Let's just look at pound USD as well. So I trade pound JPY, gold, and pound USD. Also look at pound AUD, but mostly pound JPY and gold, pound USD. Obviously, I have taken my trade for today on pound USD around the London session, and this was a beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. So this was actually sent in my group earlier on. I mean, before I took it. And some of the guys, they took it too. Some of the guys, they took it. I mean, was a beautiful trade. This was a beautiful trade. Full TP hit, right? I mean, beautiful. Beautiful. Our pound USD 4-hour candle has 2 hours left for its close. And it's pretty bearish. I mean, it's pretty solid bearish. The momentum, the most recent momentum is bearish. You know, no doubt in my head that it's not bearish. I mean, it's clearly trying to push down, slowly but surely pushing down here. Our pound USD in about 15 pips range from the break of the low. Let's look at the left-hand side traffic and see what is the most recent traffic. What is the most recent traffic doing here and what it has to say. All right, so this is clearly a support area, as we can see on a 30-minute. On a 30-minute, similar sort of a price action. Obviously, this gray area is somewhere where the price may do some rejection or have a little bit of hard time breaking through, because this is the same level we broke off of. This was the broken resistance level that turned out to be support. If I have to extend this level, look at this. I'm just going to extend it to the left-hand side, right? I'm just extending it. And we can clearly see that this is the previously broken resistance area. Obviously, I've drawn a tiny zone, but this is the previously broken resistance turning out to be support right here. I mean, we have moved down significantly, but have to be careful around that area. Definitely have to be careful. being careful about the rejection, right? Now the 2-hour candle was about to close in the next 12 minutes. This 2-hour candle, the bias is a sell, clearly a sell. As long as price starts closing below 13,800, I mean, there's a high chance price could actually push down in about 17 pips range. Alrighty. All right, so we are back again and we are waiting. So it looks like every pound instrument is bearish. Pound USD is bearish right now. Market is retracing. Candles are still managing to close below 138 flat. And it looks like pound AUD is also bearish. Interesting enough, the wick on the downside got filled. The wick got filled. The wick got filled. And we are waiting to see if pound USD could give us some sort of selling opportunity. Obviously, if somebody is looking to sell, I mean, from the current price, the range on the downside is in about 18 pips. If the candle starts breaking the low, I mean, the range is going to be like 15 pips, right? I mean, this gray area is a serious rejection area too. I mean, if you guys are happy with 6, 7, 8 pips, 9 pips, I mean, trading in a 15 pip range may be your idea, but I'm looking to see what's going to happen because I need some sort of volume to trade. Obviously, if there's no volume, if the market is waiting for some sort of market open, sort of a push, then it is what it is. And again, at the same time, gold is pretty bullish. I mean, we are still waiting. You know, we haven't seen any sort of significant move yet. Though gold seems bullish, as we talked about earlier on, this gray area, this gray zone, seems like an area where the price can bounce off of on the upside. So we'll see what's going to happen. And on the other hand, pound yen now showing some sort of structure here, showing bearish candles. Looks like the candles could feel the wick and start pushing down. But I'm happy waiting for the candles to close because from the current price, it's only in about 12 pips of range. If somebody was to take sells, I mean, this area was a really good area to take sells. This area. But this area is long gone. This is around 3 hours ago. So we can't go back in time, can we? We cannot go back in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set some of the alerts. All right, so let's go here. 152.010. All right, so the hourly candle is closing bearish in the next 40 seconds. Looks like it's actually closing below 13,800 flat. So 13.8 flat. I mean, pretty good. Pretty good. Even the 2-hour candle is closing bearish. So what I'm going to expect out of the next candle is if the candles are to push down, and if there's some sort of trouble around this area, price is trying to leave this area with its wick, right? So what I'm expecting is the next candle to do something similar like this. This is like the candle's behavior, right? We've seen this over time. And what I've seen is if the candle is to push down, you know what I need to see? I need to see this. Ooh, the candle closed dodgy right around the 13.800 flat sort of area. If the candles are to push down, it has to make a top wick. Sorry about that. The candles have to make a top wick like this, reject the top price, and then only start pushing down, because we have clear traffic on the left hand side, and this is going to be nice. And this is what we want to see. Sells below 13,800. This is exactly what we want to see. All right. So on YouTube, Enzo Cortez says, "Good evening, sir. Good evening. Would it be a good entry if the candle flips bearish?" Yes. That's what I'm waiting for too. So I actually drew a candle too before. I mean, if the candle is to make a top wick, a deeper top wick, just like the previous two candles, like the previous brother and sister candles, there's a high chance when the candle flips bearish. I mean, it can fill the wick on the downside. And on the downside from 13,800, the range is in about 20 pips range all the way till my target. So maybe I can secure 10 to 12 pips out of the range. So I'm kind of waiting here. So it's kind of selling bias for me on pound USD. Maybe the market is waiting for the volume, so kind of have to wait a little bit more. Kind of have to wait a little bit more.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school, so you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
All right, so this is actually pretty nice, right? So we were actually waiting for the price to retrace in gold as well. I mean, pretty good. Our plans are working slowly but surely. I don't know if my trading view has some sort of issue here. Trading view has some sort of issue. So on a 30-minute, it looks interesting because this is the previously broken 30-minute sort of area. 30-minute, previously broken 30-minute resistance area. And if the price is to push up, there is a chance either it's going to reject off this gray area on the top or the bottom. So I'm kind of waiting to see what's going to happen here. Either one of these two areas. Just waiting here. All right, so the 2-hour candle and also the hourly candle, I would say hourly candle mainly. Hourly candle is slowly flipping, so which is good, which is pretty good. Rejecting the top at this point in time, so expecting the candles to fill the wick. If this candle flips bearish, I'm going to take a sell. So let's see what's going to happen. So still waiting, because obviously this is the first few minutes of the hourly candle. First few minutes of the hourly candle. If the hourly candle is to flip bearish, I'm thinking about taking a sell. So we will see what's going to happen. And looks like the market is waiting for the volume. Let's see what's going to happen. All right, so Jackie M on YouTube says, hey, how's it going? Jackie M says, finally GG broke out of that disgusting zone. That's actually correct. GG was ranging for some time and it finally broke out, you know, finally it broke out, which is good. Which is good. Yeah, so GG did reject that 153 sort of a vicinity. It did. GJ did reject that 153, I would say 153 280 sort of area. So if you guys remember in the streams like a few days back, we were talking about this 153 180 sort of area acting as a very strong resistance area from the further left. And look at the reaction right now. It is pretty bearish. Pound is pretty bearish. Now, if the candles are to push down, I mean, it's doing good maneuver. It's doing right maneuver, because the candles retracing only allows the candle to move down further as the volume comes by. So the market must be waiting for the New York volume at this point in time. But obviously, it's Friday, so we don't want to rush any sort of trade on a Friday. But looks like gold is retracing to push up later, and it looks like pound USD. Pound USD is ranging side by side, but I'm looking to take sells. For any sort of buying opportunity, I have to see candles. I have to see at least a 30-minute candle close above 1381.40. Simple. For buying sort of a scenario. But the trend is bearish, so I don't know why I'll be looking to take buys. We will see. We will see as the market progresses. But for now, my bias is a sell. A selling bias. All right, so on YouTube, so Enzo Cortez says if GU flips bearish, stop loss should be on the current candle's high or the previous candle's high. It's definitely up to you. But what happens is, on a textbook sort of a note, it's a good practice for me to keep stop losses above the previous candle's high. Because at that point in time, obviously, when the previous candle was high, this candle's high is invalid. So I'll rather put my stop loss above this candle's high. Because at that point in time, what I'm saying to myself is, I'm allowing myself that small buffering time for risk management. So when the candle starts flipping bearish, I mean, my bias is correct. Everything is going well, cha-cha-hoo and whatnot. But if I have to manage risk, my stop loss just here, that's going to be like really tight stop loss. 5 pip stop loss, really tight stop loss, especially on GU. So I have to kind of wait and see if the candles are to flip bearish. And then I will decide to take sales below 13.8 flat. And obviously, yeah, as we talked about, my stop loss would be somewhere around here. Expecting candles to respect the previous candle's high, its own high, respect the resistance. Obviously, I'm anticipating some volume too, because we haven't seen that significant amount of volume today in today's market. To be honest, we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen exactly. All right, so Orion Bradsaw says, good morning. A lot of trades continue for longer throughout the day. Oh, that's actually correct. A lot of trades continue for longer throughout the day. They do. If you manage to enter on a right spot, I mean, it does continue with momentum. That's called momentum. We've seen momentum happening. I mean, a lot of times momentum continuing the prices movement. So a momentum is something we want. And if there's bearish momentum, the trades, the bias of sell could be continuing. And again, at the same time, what we know, or what we know by experience, is when the prices of the instruments move, it moves up in a stair. And when it has to move down, it moves down in an elevator. So it moves down pretty fast and pretty, I would say, pretty aggressive. So we will see if that is the case today. Wow, pound USD is moving up pretty well. Let's just wait. So at this point in time, what I'm going to do is for my buying parameters, I'm trying to adjust my zone on the top. So I'm thinking about buys of 1381.50. That looks way better. That looks way better. All right, so finally looks like the price is rejecting the bottom in gold on a 15 minute, and we are 45 minutes away from the market open. Looks like the market open is going to be the catalyst here for some sort of push. And if the New York market is not the catalyst, maybe the New York Stock Exchange market is going to be the catalyst here on a Friday. Let's just have a look at the weekly candle and see how the GJ's weekly candle is looking right now. Obviously, GJ's weekly candle pretty bearish, but there are chances of weekly candle flipping bullish. But obviously, daily candle. I mean, daily candle is pretty bearish, to be honest. Pretty bearish. And again, at the same time, pound USD daily sort of a perspective. I mean, there's a clear traffic on the left hand side, so we will see. We will see if my selling idea below 13.8 flat is going to work or not. And pound USD is retracing pretty heavy, which is pretty good. The deeper it retraces, I mean, there's a higher chance it's going to push down even harder. So I mean, I'm pretty glad because I'm not in any position right now. I'm just waiting to see if the candle is going to reject that level. So it's very close to that gray level, which is a hourly broken support area. And at this point in time, the candles are just retracing pretty heavy. Just retracing pretty heavy. Retracing pretty heavy. All right, on YouTube, BJ says hello. BJ is my old friend, a very old friend. BJ says hello. Hello to everybody. And hello to BJ. All right, Jackie M says GJ removes better in London clothes recently. I think Jackie is trying to say moves. GJ moves, not removes, right? Is that correct? BJ says, what do you think of gold today? So I think gold is retracing, you know. So if it's retracing, so why is it retracing? Maybe to grab its premium price. Because one of the instruments that was consistent today throughout the day is gold. You know, gold was bullish. It just moved up, retraced, moved up. So if it is to move up, gold retracing right now kind of makes sense. So this gray area is the second gray area, potential area where the price can bounce off of. So if the price is going to push up, man, this is a very good area right here. So I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen. Obviously, gold is breaking down at this point in time. So I have to see. All right, so it's getting really interesting because as we're getting closer to the market open, the candles are slowly retracing pretty significantly. You know, it has moved up pretty significantly. I'm actually waiting for a hourly candle close above 1381.50. If an hourly candle closes above, I'm definitely gonna scalp into buying opportunities. But yep, until now it's just in a big range, so we'll have to see what's going to happen in the next few minutes. Wow, bullishing up pretty hard. So at this point in time, even if a 15-minute candle closes above, wow, it looks pretty good. So we will see what's going to happen. Wow. Bullishing up. Bullishing up. Oh. Wow. All right, so the gold has flipped bullish. I mean, there's a high chance gold can actually continue up. Gold actually tapped that gray area and is finishing bullish at this point in time. I mean, if there's some sort of volume in the market, the candles can actually break the high, and 1762.70, the target could be hit at this point in time. The target could be hit. If anybody took an entry with this fake out analogy, looking at the 5-minute fake out on the bottom, I mean, your trade must have worked. Beautiful, your trade must have worked. Whoever took a buy around 1759.80, I mean, it should work. You just need some sort of volume in the market because the structure for a bullish push is there. The structure is there. And at this point in time, pound USD also moving up pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. Look at the size of the candles. Wow. Who could have thought? Who could have thought out of nowhere the candles would just bullish up? Now, at this point in time, waiting to see if a 30-minute or even the hourly candle closes above, and we will see if we can take a buy with the volume side by side. All right, so I am waiting for the market volume at this point in time. If the candles are, watch this, so if the bullish candle, if this bullish candle somehow finishes like this, if this bullish candle, sorry about that, if this bullish candle finishes somewhat like this with a wick on the top, if the next candle makes a low wick like this, retesting that 1381.50 sort of area before moving up, on the flip of that candle is going to be my trade. If this candle makes a wick the next candle and starts pushing up, that's going to be my trade. And 10-12 pips out of the market and I'll be out. So let's see what's going to happen. So this is a really good exercise of being fluid in the market. So we were waiting for strong sales, anticipating the volume to push the price down below 13,800 sort of a level. But at this point in time, candles are slowly pushing up, and we are seeing big, huge candles. So if any of the candles, such as 15-minute, 30-minute closes outside above this range, there's a high chance candles could actually push up. So just waiting for another 4 more minutes and we'll see what's going to happen. So the only thing playing out by the structure is gold. To be honest, gold looking consistent. Really consistent. Even the 1 minute was so clear. I mean, this 1 minute candle, we are retracing pretty much. But watch this. The 1 minute candle made support, right? So whoever looked into the 1 minute and also the 5 minute would have known clearly that, you know what, these two candles were a fake out sort of a scenario, broke down, a fake breakout, and the next candle just started pushing up, right? So the entry candle must have been here. This is the entry candle. This is the entry situation right here. Entry situation with in about 13 pips in profit. I mean, pretty good. All right, so GJ is still hanging around there. Or on YouTube, Nasri says, so what's the fundamental that's caused GJ to drop down? Interesting. So the thing is, US dollar is gaining its strength, right? And there has been some optimism in yen, sort of a index in the yen currency. So if US dollar is gaining strength, that means obviously pound will be weaker, because pound in US dollar, they are in the G12. You know, they're in the G12 committee. And so oh wow, at this point in time, look at these candles. Ooh. So I was waiting for the setup on 15, but the setup happened on the 5 minute. So this was the exact setup we waited for in the 15 minute, and the 5 minute move like this. Beautiful. But it's only moved 3 pips or whatever. You know, so that's the thing. That's why GJ is dropping down pretty heavy. And again, at the same time, if we look into GJ just has rejected 153, 180 sort of a level. You know what that means? That means GJ was in a big rejection area, around a big rejection area. 153, 180 was a rejection area from the past, where the price has engaged several times. If I have to draw a line around 153, 180, so so look at this, 153, 180 area. Look at this. Look at this. What do you see? Look at this. What do you see? Price dropping down. What do you see? Look at this. Price rejecting. What do you see? So that's the same thing happening right now. Look at this. Rejecting 153, 180. Reject, reject, reject. Just pushing down. That's what's happening. Wow, GU, man, oh man. Look at the size of the candles. Look at the size of the candles, man. Wow, so the candles pushed down all the way up. Is this retracement a liquidity grab before the candles could push down? That's what that's what I'm thinking at this point in time. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that there is a chance the candles could actually push down because the candle wants its premium price. That's what the candles want. That's what the market wants. And if the pre-New York or the pre-markets, it's all about grabbing liquidity orders. I mean, what could be a nice opportunity than this? The candles were dropping down. The momentum is bearish. The momentum hasn't changed yet. This 3 candles doesn't change the direction, doesn't change the momentum. The market direction is still bearish. I mean, if the candles are to push up, well, we have to see candles rejecting 1381.50. Otherwise, if the candle starts closing below 1381.50, I'm still looking for a sell. Still looking for a sell. In the next 11 minutes, I will exactly know what to do in the next 11 minutes. Enzo says, wow, GJ is flying. Ooh, GU is flying. Yes. It looks like it's flying. Flying. Yep, I think this is going to be a liquidity grab here before the candles could push down. That's what I think. That's what I think, sir. That's what I think. All right, so 6 minutes away from the market open, and looks like the market is grabbing its liquidity, so rejecting the top at this point in time. So let's see what's going to happen in the next few minutes. Let's see what's going to happen. And we are waiting. All right, so the market's gonna open up now. All right, so this is the market open. New York market open to the 30-minute candle successfully closed above 1381.50. So for me, I mean, if the candles are to push up, I need the candles to make a low wick. Otherwise, the candles moving up in the first few minutes, that's not a good sign. Unless there's a huge volume. I mean, I'm not in a buy position yet. So for the candles to push up, it has to make a low and reject this vicinity. If the candles is to push down and tell me that, you know what, this is a fake out happening on the top for the price in GU to push down, I mean, it's a good sign too. It's a good opportunity. So if the fake out is happening, I just need a 30 or a 15-minute candle to eventually close below 1381.50. That's what I need to see. So kind of waiting here. I want to let the volume tell me where it's moving rather than me forcing a trade. When the volume pushes the candles in some sort of direction, that's when I put my pending in one of those direction, and the market just sweeps me up and gives me some profits, and that's it. Until then, I am just waiting. Just waiting. And we are still waiting. Alrighty. All right. And on GJ 2-hour candles, it looks like 2-hour candles actually did a retest around the previously broken support area. I mean, GJ do have a structure to push down than anything else. To be honest, GJ and GU has a better structure to push down than anything else. And gold has a bullish sort of a posture. So I have to see how the candles are going to close. Obviously, the previous hourly candle closed bearish, but again, very close to this retest area. We determined the retest area already. And if the candles are to push up, I mean, it's still rejecting off of it. We just need some sort of volume. That's what I think. And GU is showing bullish signs. Oh, interesting. Market open. All right. So Kev is saying GG is testing a resistance around 152.350. That's what Kevin thinks. On a 15-minute, waiting for a candle to close below previous bearish candle and considering a sell. Ooh. Let's look at GJ. So candle retesting, 15-minute candle retesting the previously broken support area around previous resistance around 350 on a 15. That's actually correct. Seems pretty valid. Seems pretty valid. That's what I think too. I mean, GU and GJ pound is doing almost similar sort of action here, trying to grab liquidity. That's what I think. I mean, obviously, if it has to move up, I mean, it's for buys. Have to see candles close above 152.360 at least. At least a 30-minute candle or a 15-minute at least to start with. So 152.360 as I said. And obviously the previous candle was bearish. So is there some sort of support forming here? So I have to see. Have to check and see. I mean, on a 15, we haven't seen a support yet. We need the candles to close bullish. That way we will see what's going to happen. Otherwise, my bias is still sell, to be honest. On pound yen and pound USD, my bias is still a sell. Yeah, Kevin says agree. Yes, that's correct. All right. So Kevin says, "How was your week? How's your week going? Seems majority of people are having losing week. My week is actually pretty good, Kev, because I was actually trading London session as well. So for me too, it was a risk management sort of a week. A lot of risk management, but the London has paid me off. So I'm still in profit. Still pretty good. Not the best, but still pretty good. Still in profits. So I have a group, another group where we share trades and where we actually give out our potential moves. And a lot of my guys, they have secured profits too. A lot of my friends. It's pretty interesting. Good for you. How about you, Kevin? Did you have a good week? Did you have a good week? Ah, only taken 2 trades this week, but improved my risk management. That's actually pretty good. You know, it doesn't really matter if the trade is always a winner. It's about if you learn something. It's about if you actually practice risk management, learn something. Yeah, that's the idea. That's the best idea. If you practice risk management, I mean, that's going to add up to your experience, and that's going to help you become profitable in the funny months, funny weeks like this. You know, obviously, it's not one of the best weeks, but yeah. Kevin says, "Yeah, exactly. Hopefully, I can end on a win, but we will see what the market gives us." That's correct. That's correct. At this point in time, I mean, gold is rejecting the top. Gold is clearly rejecting the top. So I'm thinking about how I can take a sell. How I can take a sell below, I would say 1758.30. 25, sorry. 1758.25. So I want to see if I can take sells below this area. Sells below that area. So just have to see a 5-minute candle at least to close below. If a 5-minute candle, ooh, actually, hold on. I have to see a 15-minute candle close below. If this 15-minute candle closes below and leaves a wick on the downside, I'm thinking about taking a sell. So let's see what's going to happen. A selling scenario. All right, so Kevin says, what do you trade from? Unfortunately, I can't trade gold because I live in USA. Ooh. I live in Australia, so I can't hedge gold. I mean, I think a lot of people from US, they choose US brokerages, but there are other brokerages offering gold, trading gold too. You know, that's the beauty. That's the beauty, 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 beauty. Yep. So I've got a Dominion account, and I've got, what brokerage do you use? I got Dominion account, and I got a smaller account on a black bull market too. Because Dominion doesn't offer 500 leverage. I mean, 1:500. Because I want to capitalize and I want to leverage some money, obviously. You know, so I have an account on a Dominion, and I do have an account on a black bull market. I mean, black bull market in the past times haven't served me well, so yeah. Now transfer to Dominion. Wow. No, so the black bull market hasn't served me well, Kevin. I mean, but it is what it is. You know, I'm not defaming the business or something, but yeah. One of the live streams, what happened was when I was trading gold, I mean, just the fact that it gives me more leverage, that's why I'm sticking to it. But I was doing live stream and I was trading gold, and some of the guys were side by side, and I showed everybody how my screen froze. And gold was pushing down. I took a position, I mean, and the screen just froze. My other terminals were working, you know, other brokerages terminal working pretty well, but the liquidity feed on Blackboard's market, I mean, the candles just vanished. And there was some sort of trouble, and I sent them email and stuff, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, I know, sketchy, pretty sketchy to be honest. All right, so pound USD is moving up at this point in time. Pound USD moving up at this point in time. Yeah, I haven't taken any position yet on pound USD for a New York session. And man, oh man. All right, so looks like gold is slowly pushing down. So if this 15-minute candle closes below, and if the next 15-minute candle breaks the low, I'm thinking about taking a sell. So trying to get my terminal ready here. Trying to get my terminal ready. On the break of the low, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, and the candle's rejecting it at this point in time. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. If this candle, if the current 15-minute candle makes a top wick before pushing down, breaking the low, man, that's gonna be better. And if it makes a top wick, breaks the low, I'm gonna take an entry on the break of the low. That's what I'm thinking. An entry on the break of the low. And I've put my pendings there. I put my pending over there. And I am in. I'm in the position right now. I'm in the position. Ooh, and it's pushing down. 40 or 4 pips. 4 pips. 4 pips in profit. Let's see. So my stop loss is in about 15 pips. in about 15 pips, expecting the candles to push down. I mean, let's see New York volume. If the New York volume is there, I've taken an entry already, so just try to see if the candles could actually push down. Taking an entry. So for me, the risk management will be if this candle breaks its own high, that's going to be the position where I'm going to close at least 50% out of the position. But if the candle respects its own high, I mean, that's what I waited for. It kind of makes sense, right? So we will see. I can show you guys my position. Look at this. Look at my position. This is my position right here. Gold. You see, just need 10 pips out of the market. 10 pips and I'm out. 10 pips and I'm out. 7. Just need 10 pips. 10 pips. Ooh. Just need 10 pips. $10. 7 pips in profit, 8 pips in profit. Just need 10 pips. And this is what I'm going to do. So once I hit that 9 to 10 pips mark, I'm going to secure half of the position and manage my position and let it run at break even. That's what I'm going to do. And if this candle retraces heavy, breaks its own high at this point in time, I'm not going to let the whole position run. I'm just going to close at least 80% of my position, because at that point in time, it doesn't make sense. If there's enough volume, it should just drive down, right? So let's see what's going to happen. Thinking about risk management all along as it's happening. So in 5-6 pips in profit. So I have to see 9 or at least 10. Let's see. 9 or 10. Let's see. Six pips in profit. 7 pips. Ooh. Let's see. Expecting New York volume. Need 10 pips. 10 pips. Eight pips. Ooh. Market's having a hard time. Candle's having a hard time. Gold's having a hard time pushing down. Let's see. Ooh. Has a retrace pretty heavy. Oh no. So if the candles are to break the high, I'm going to close at least 50%. At least 50%. So let's see what's going to happen. So I was expecting the candles to push down with volume at this point in time, retracing up. I was in about 8 pips. I haven't secured yet. That's the bitter part for today, but let's see what's going to happen. Is there enough volume in the market? The question is there enough volume in the market to push the prices down? Ooh, and all right, so I'm thinking about how I can cut down position here. The way it's retracing. So, oh, I have closed 50% right here. Closed 50%. Didn't make sense. Didn't make sense. Closed 50%. 50% still breathing. 50% still breathing. Let's see what's going to happen in the next few minutes. Oh, so, oh man, oh man. So this is not looking nice at all. So I'm going to close the whole position right here. Close. Close, 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 close. Man, that was a quick move. God dang. So closed half, and the full stop loss never got hit. Just risk manage. Just manage your risk. Didn't like it. Didn't like the way it moved. Didn't like the way it moved. Closed half around 5 pips and closed another half around 12 pips. Didn't like it. I think it was an early trade, but I was in 8 pips profit. So now when I look back into it, one of the best things I could have done was to secure when I was in 8 pips. Oh my God. Kevin says maybe there's going to be a second chance on your trade. Yeah, I'm really skeptical about the second chance, because if the market was to push down, I mean, it was looking nice, right? Again, at the same time, it never hit my stop loss, and the candles are still looking nice to push down. If it's going to push down now, it's a shame. It's actually a shame. Let's see. Didn't like the way it moved at all, and I closed. Looks like now, I think it was an early decision right now. Ooh, and it's pushing down right now. Come on, man. Come on, dude. It's pushing right now. It's pushing only right now. Wow. Yep. So sometimes it just moves too fast to secure, you know. I was comfortable. I was comfortable to click buttons around 9 pips, but I didn't press that close button. That's what happened. I didn't secure. I should have secured. The market reading was correct. I mean, the quick scalping opportunity was looking good. But man, oh man. So Kevin says, what's your strategy for securing profits? At least 10 pips? Yes. I usually secure when I'm 9 to 10 to 12 pips in profit. Man, I should have secured around 8 pips. Now when I look back into it, I should have been happy with whatever I had. Yep. A bad decision. But anyways, it's still a winner. You know, psychologically, I'm still on a winner because obviously the candles did move in my direction. The only thing I could have done right is secure at least something around 8 pips. And my trade never hit that stop loss when I look back into it. Fick on YouTube says this could be a fake out for a price to go bullish. Peeling mindset. What do you think? I mean, that could be the case too. At the beginning, my original bias was bullish bias, but I'm a volume trader, right? Obviously, you guys know it too now. And I speculate on volume. So obviously, I was looking for a price to show me some sort of bullish sign, but there was no bullish sign. Candles rejecting the top, closing bearish, and candles making high before pushing down. Right now, to be honest, it looks better to push down than anything else. If there is a fake out happening, candles have to reject the bottom really hard, and has to start finishing bullish. But the candles haven't started finishing bullish. On the 5-minute, looks like this 5-minute candle was a liquidity grab. The middle green bullish candle was a liquidity grab. That's what I think. A liquidity grab. Man, oh man, that was a good trade. To be honest, that was a really good trade. That was like a quick volume push, almost about 3-4 minutes. So the idea would have been to secure. Ooh, right now, so .fic, right now it looks like a fake out, right now. If this candle finishes bullish, I mean, this could be a potential fake out for the price to continue up. Ooh, right now, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. If it rejects the bottom, I mean, this is a pretty good idea for a fake out. So if this candle finishing bullish, the next candle following some of the characteristics from the brother candle, that means there are chances for the price to push up. I'm not going to force another trade right away because I need to wait. I need to wait now. I need to wait for the structure. Until then, I'm waiting. So if anybody's taking any sort of position, just share it to the group. But I'm not going to take any position. I'm going to wait for a bit. Just give me a second, guys. Yep, .fic, it looks like a fake out on the bottom. A fake out maneuver. Interesting enough. The market in gold, rangy, pretty rangy. It's actually rangy right now, pretty rangy. Pretty rangy. Wow, I think the trend is going to be continued here. So gold is going to move bullish. That's what I think. The fake out, I think the fake out is working here. I think the fake out is working and the trend is bullish. You know, after all, the trend has never changed. It's just a bullish trend. The trend hasn't changed. Simple as it is. All right, so .fic is saying, I think break at the current hourly candle could be a potential buy, but again, 4-hour opening is in the next 30 minutes approximately. That is correct. I mean, .fic, look at this. So we actually drew this gray area. Right? So before, and we were expecting the candles to respect that gray area, and somehow, after pushing down with this liquidity, all this volume pushed down, I mean, was a liquidity graph for gold after all. So now, if the gold has actually grabbed liquidity, what are the chances it's gonna move up? A very high chance. Now, it's actually looking pretty bullish. So the actual trade in gold was after this fake out. Whoever entered on a buy somewhere around here, I mean, you guys must be in a really good profit right now. So you guys must be in about 20 pips in profit. So my trade did work. I just didn't secure, you know, I just didn't secure. If I had secured that, sorry about that, that would be beautiful. That would have been really beautiful. But right now, the original trade is playing out and it's moving with volume. So look at the wick. Look at the size of the wick on the downside. Looks like 1762.70 is going to be hit. That's what I think. I think 1762.70 is going to be hit. That's what I think. .fic says secure 80 pips. Is that 80 points or 80 pips? Maybe it's 80 points. 80 points. Unless you actually secured 80 pips from... Alright, so it looks like pound USD is slowly rejecting the top. It's been bullish for some time now, so let's see what's going to happen, right? It's the same thing happening on pound USD, trying to grab some liquidity from the top and slowly trying to head down. So let's see what's going to happen. So Kevin says, looks like the 15-minute resistance on GJ has been broken through. Maybe it will act as a support. GJ, huh? Let's look at GJ. GJ, 15 minutes resistance. Oh yes, that could be the case here. That could actually be the case. If the candles actually reject this previously broken support area, I mean, it can push up. But my bias on GJ and GU, as I said earlier on, is a sell, you know. And have to see candles breaking previous candles low, and we will see. Obviously, we will see. Ooh, Dotfix says, now it's an 80 pip. Ooh, beautiful. Now, that's actually beautiful. So did you have like... So how many pips did you secure on one position? How many pips did you secure on one position? Ooh. Dotfix says 2 entries with 30 pips, 1 entry with 20 pips. Ooh, beautiful. That's actually pretty cool. Pretty cool. Nice. If that's so, I mean, that's a really good execution. That's all I can say. Really good execution. And GU just hanging around there. So the 4-hour candle on pound USD closing in the next 17 minutes. It's interesting to see how this 4-hour candle is actually going to pan out as. On the other hand, gold has been pretty bullish right now, retracing. I mean, yeah, pretty rangy market, to be honest. Haven't seen a consistent volume. So gold move up, move down. I mean, yeah. All right, so the candles still printing bullish in pound USD here. So trying to see how the price is actually going to react around this gray area. That's actually really important. Gray area. On YouTube, Hamoud is saying Zoom. Hamoud, you gotta search me up. You gotta search me up, Hamoud. Search me up. All right. Is the price in GU rejecting that gray area? We are 46 minutes in the market on a Friday. I mean, there's obviously no forcing trade. Have taken the first trade already for New York session. I mean, I was actually in big time in profit from London session, and it's still hanging around. So managed to cut down my position from the gold. Obviously, pound USD right now rejecting that gray area, which is a good sign. Good sign. Good sign. Let's see what's going to happen. If the bullish candles are closing with smaller body, if the body in relation to the volume is telling us that, you know what, the volume on the upside is dying, maybe we may get some push on the downside. But again, at the same time, I have to wait and see if the NYSE is going to be the real big deal. But I might even call it a day if I don't feel like it, you know, because again, at the same time, it's Friday. You want to leave the week with a note of profit. So you still want to leave the week with some profit in your pocket. So no forcing trade, no over trading, no over leveraging. Obviously, this is Friday. Just chill out, ask questions, you know, send charts, and discuss about ideas. That's what it's all about. Friday.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey, how you doing, Endo?
good, good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I want to ask a question. Do you think price in pound USD would go all the way to 1.38 150?
1 point. What did you say? Sorry, can you say that again? The number?
Do you think the number you are the area you are putting the line on, the 1038150?
Yep, 138150. Yep.
You think the price would go all the way down right now to this?
Oh, well, it's rejecting the gray area, right? So I have to see, obviously, in the next 30 minutes, it's the NYSE volume. So if the price is rejecting the gray area, is it rejecting it to push down, further down, or is it actually going to make a support? Have to see in the next 15 minutes. So that's what I'm watching. Because when I'm looking into the pound USD right now, so the current 15-minute candle has broken the previous 15-minute candle's low, which is a good sign. Which is actually a good sign. You know, just have to wait for a few more minutes and see what's going to happen, how this hourly candle is going to close. If this hourly candle could reject the gray area heavily, I mean, this is lovely. But again, have to wait. Have to wait. Have to wait. Yeah, if it's actually rejecting it, man, I think it's going to push down. Because for me, the overall bias, the overall momentum is a bearish momentum. That means the candles can push down, you know, no matter how deep it goes, no matter how deep it retraces, there's still room to go down. There's still room to go down. So we will see what's going to happen. Especially when you look into the daily time frame, you will see what's happening. If you look into the daily time frame, look into the daily time frame and you will see the current daily candle. It's bullish. Okay, we see that. We see the daily candle bullish. But look at this. It has rejected. It's actually starting to reject the previous daily support. Sorry about that. That was a burp. It's starting to reject the previous daily support, previous broken daily support, you know. So if it's actually starting to do that, and that's what we think, it's looking good. So just gotta wait a little bit more for the volume.
All right. Thank you, boss.
No worries. No worries. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. And we are still waiting. All right, so it looks like the 5-minute candle is showing some sort of support, which is not a good sign because I'm expecting a bearish push. Obviously, candles retraced up pretty heavy. Previous 15-minute candle closed bearish with the wick on the downside, which is good. But is the candles trying to move up? Because I want to see a rejection from a daily sort of a rejection area. Now, if it's not rejecting that area and if it's pushing up, I mean, it's pretty obvious because it has been moving up throughout the pre-New York, and obviously it kind of makes sense. But I haven't taken any buying orders or buying positions in pound USD because it doesn't make sense to me. So obviously, I mean, people are waiting for a sell, so maybe they will get sell. But I'm going to call it a day in the next 9 minutes. You know, I'm going to be here. If something makes sense, I will take it and I will see what I can do. But obviously right now, oh, look at this. 1762.70 got tapped. Gold, 1762.70 got hit. Definitely got hit. That was the target. Looks like .fic on YouTube. He got some amazing profits today. Mr. .fic got some amazing profits. Amazing profits. All right, now the 5-minute candle looks like it's retracing, breaking the high again one more time. So I think the bullish momentum is going to be carried on. Why? Because the smaller time frame tells us that. And if the gray area is to be broken, I mean, this is a really good time, you know. This is a good time. So maybe the NYSE market is actually going to continue the process of pound USD a little bit higher. That's what I think. So the hourly candle, hourly candle is just bullishing up. Just bullishing up. And GU is pushing up. GU is pushing up. Wow. Wow, gold is bullish. Gold is definitely bullish. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day here. So I wish you guys a great weekend. Have a great weekend. No overtrading today, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Back on Monday. Until then, take it easy. Take care. The guys on YouTube, the guys on Zoom, I mean, take it easy. We'll be back on Monday. Until then, take it easy. Take it easy.
Thank you. You too. Take it easy.
You too, Hamud.
Yesterday